Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Middara. So for you guys, it's probably been not much of a span of time since the last video, but for me, besides making the video where I talked about lore and rules I made mistakes of, it's been several months since I've actually played with this particular group. So I look forward to actually continuing onwards. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I actually had gone into Chapter 4, but I ended up scrapping the videos, mainly not because of losing or anything like that, but because of a lot of rules confusion and mistakes for both sides, like both to my detriment and benefit. And there were a lot of questions I had that I couldn't get answers from the Discord until much later. So that and just having such a large backlog was too much even for me. So here goes nothing. I have mentioned I've been playing with other people, though recently I haven't. Both groups I'm part of have not been responding recently. So it's actually been a very long time since I've actually done any serious gameplay of Middara. So with that, let's hope I don't make any of the mistakes I listed last time. I did mention in the description, but not in the video, that the other mistake I made was I believe I had Elifie heal up to half, which used to be what happens whenever when you've taken more than half your life and damage, you reduce it back down to half. But the recent changes to Espers, they don't actually heal between encounters anymore. I don't think it was a huge difference, but it is a mistake I made. Anyway, so we're in the Sunken streets of Gehenna. We've departed. We did get Damocles. There was anytime that you actually have to set the active group, which is what happened when we got Damocles. You can actually trade equipment then. So if I wanted to, I could have swapped the Brooding Mantle with this bar breastplate here and give Rook some better armor, as well as swap in the Deflection Core and whatever. So I'm just going to keep that in mind in the future. I'm not going to do that change retroactively or anything like that. I'm just going to stick with what I have. So Rook is going to still be stuck with common tier armor, unfortunately. Anyway, as for my setup here, I'm just taking a look. I think I'm okay with this. I kind of want to do this, to be honest. Do I need you in front? We could do this. I think that's the best route. Give me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so there's nothing else I need to do. Nightingale starts out hasted because of Puff Bryant, Glassy Tobacco. Everything else, I believe all stats have been set. I'm just scanning to make sure. Yeah, it looks like we're good to go. Okay. And the flips there. Yep, okay. So with all that said and done, let's get started. We'll hit initiative here. Also, the loot level is uncommon, so we'll click uncommon here. So this is actually every chapter we've gone up a loot level, but in chapter 4 we have not. So we are still in uncommon tier. So reset initiative. When setting up the encounter, after dealing initiative cards, move Merkhound's and Blighted Guardian initiative cards to the front of the initiative track. So we actually need to do this. Push you to the front and push you to the front. Alright, and then what I'm going to do, since I have access to items, I say as apparently I don't have any items. Do I not have, am I still without pagers? Is that what's my situation here? Yep, no pagers. Okay, so yeah, I am stuck with what I got. Alright, so Merkhounds will go first. These are upgraded Merkhounds. These are Murky Mercs. We'll start with the first one. So they are in Muck, so they do get +2 movement. First, we make a range 8 attack. Right now, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, let's make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So I can shoot at Nightingale from here. Alright, so you'll go ahead and take a shot at Nightingale. Nightingale will dodge. She will use... she might as well just use the hoodie. So let's go ahead and roll that. I get +1 shield unless I roll a skull. Right off the bat, we roll a skull. Do I have anything that lets me re-roll? Like I said, it's been a while. So, nope. Okay, so let's see what we get hit for. This will also do 4 armor piercing, but she has no armor. Alright, 13 versus 11, I think it is. So it does hit. So it's going to be 2 damage base. And then 3, 4 from shields. And then every merc count, including itself, is plus 2 physical. So that'll be 6, 8. It'll be a total of 8 damage. She reduces it by 2 because it's ranged, so it does 6. And then she has to make a conviction check versus force 12 to try to resist the paralysis that was also on there. So not the strongest start. 11 is a fail. Let's see, when you make an attack roll, you can reroll. 1 irreducible. Just seeing what sort of things I can do to try to fix this after an opponent, so that doesn't help. Nope, none of those. Friends with benefits, Spanish knowledge. Yeah, definitely none of those. Nope. Okay, so she gets paralyzed right off the bat. Alright, so it's been a while, so paralysis. There it is. Alright, paralyzed. And then it's going to continue down. Move to be adjacent to as many opponents as possible. It has 8 movement in Muck, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can't get in range. So that's it for that. Purple cannot make a shot from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just short. Just making sure again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, definitely in range. And then this one is not in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So out of range for attacking and out of range for moving into melee. Alright, so it takes care of that. Not the best start for Nightingale. Goes to Blighted Guardians next. It'll start with red. Is there an opponent adjacent? Yes. Make 2 attacks against the opponent with the most damage. It's a tie between Justice and Remy. Remy is further up on the initiative, so it's actually going to attack. Well, actually, it can't attack Remy because of diagonals. It always always in the case of diagonals, it always goes through an adjacent tile. It'll either go through this, which is obstructing, or it'll try to go through Justice, which you can't attack through an enemy. So it's actually going to go after Justice. So Justice is going to go ahead and do a dodge. Let's see, cloth armor. So yeah, we'll do that first. Actually, is it 2? Make 2 attacks. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, we'll go ahead and ignore the first break attack. Right. Okay, so I'll go ahead and use the cloak first. Roll the black die. Okay, 2 shields. I do have cloth armor, so that's going to bring it up to 14 defense. And it's going to go ahead and make its attack. 12 is a miss. And then it's going to make a second attack, which I'll go ahead and dodge with the Marbish threads. Okay, failed to dodge. Okay, this time it's 14, unless I can force a reroll. I do not believe I have a way of forcing a reroll. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, so in that case, it's just going to hit. Which is fine, I didn't exactly want to be forced to counter anyway. So 14, so it's going to be 3 damage base. And then 4, 5, so I'll do 5 damage in total. And then she has to make a conviction check, which she'll probably fail. So that's 9, which is going to be failed. So she's going to give me a foot. Well, actually, I have to make 2 conviction checks. This one was going to be for the wilt because it had a star. So she is now wilted. And then the second one's for the poison. 11. Which is still a fail, so she is also poisoned. Not the best situation to be in. Alright. So after that, it will go ahead and then move to be up to range 4 from nearest opponent. Dodge any break attacks this provokes. So I'm not going to take the break attack, so it's just being 1. So in this case, it is. I'm sorry. Move. Yeah, so it's a standard move, so it still suffers hindering and all that. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, it has to move furthest away, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, I guess that's further away. They're not affected by Muck, so because they don't actually use stamina. All right, now it goes to the second Blighted Guardian. This one is not in melee. There is an opponent within SOI. I believe it's just, yeah, it's just Justice. So it's going to do a cast a spell 6, prioritizing the opponent with lowest conviction. So we'll go ahead and roll that, and I will roll conviction. All right, failed that as well, so she is now paralyzed. So she's been hit with every status effect now. Move to be adjacent to nearest opponent. That would be Rook. Make an attack. It just says make an attack, so it is going to go after highest priority, which is going to be Justice, because she's furthest up on the initiative. I can't dodge, because she is now paralyzed, so we'll go ahead and roll. Alright, 15, so it's going to be 4 damage base. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'll do a total of 10 damage to her. Yep. Alright, so that happened. Oh, I did have a way of rerolling. I could have used a Bottle Blessing. I'm not going to worry about it, though. I mean, at least my group will be, if they survive, will be mostly immune to paralysis now. Okay, so that's that. It would apply poison, but I'm already poisoned. And that is it. It goes to Remy. So, on Remy's turn, let's see what we can do here. So I can't get rid of any of these. I do have Banished Knowledge. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our summoning right off the bat. As you can see, I went ahead and swapped to Gary's. This will make sure I don't make the mistake of the twins if I just don't use them again. And let's see, what can Gary's do? Do something like that. So big thing here is dealing with the purple. So I think I'm going to go after purple first, see what we can get going. Oh yeah, let me add him to the initiative. So he's added to the initiative. And then I'm just going to spend 2 stamina. Actually, I'm going to spend all my stamina. So I'm going to do Valor Chalice and Banished Knowledge, and she's going to give herself Courage and Haste, and due to Soul Bond, that's all going to get applied to Gary's. Like so. And that'll be it for her turn. We do get all these summon tokens. Like so. Alright, goes to Gary's. He's going to get 1 stamina because he is hasted. And then he's going to try to clear some of this out. So, just seeing what my attacks are. Morbid Envy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we'll target the Blighted Guardian. We're going to use Gigantic Punch, which will cost 2 stamina. And that'll be it for that, and then just make a roll, no Empower. Oh, wow, that's an amazing roll. All right, so what I can do here is I'm going to go ahead and pop a Bottle Blessing. Reroll the gray die. That's slightly better, still not enough. I'll spend another stamina to do Celestial Infusion to add a purple die to this. So that's 13 in total. Minus 1 is 12. That's still not enough unless I get another reroll somewhere. So I'll use a Bottle Blessing from Rook to reroll the green die. There we go. So that's 15, 18, minus 1 is 17 versus 13 defense. So it's going to be 4 damage base. So 4 damage, and then every shield and book is going to be plus 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 from a courage. So that's 11 damage. And then it's going to make a has to make a conviction check versus force 10 plus difference hit. My total again was 18, 17, so the difference was 4. So it'll be 14 in total. Fails it. So it's going to get a push 3, which is going to slam it against the wall here, so it's going to take 3 more irreducible. Like so. Oh, and then when making an attack, this attack gains X physical damage. The current roll on one of... I'm pretty sure that's not right for the Morbid Envy. I think you're supposed to reroll one. Total amount of disciplines, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would do 10 if I did that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend the last stamina to do... Actually, no, the casting die is not going to be good enough. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do Morbid Envy on top of that. I'll get out another gray die and just roll that, because I'm pretty sure it says current, but Morbid Envy, if you go look at it, is it in here? I do not remember which Gygus Grip, Promise, Whirlwind, Onslaught, Magebreaker. Morbid Envy. The current roll on one of your combat dice. Oh, I guess you don't reroll it. Okay, then I won't worry about it. In that case, I'll still activate it, and I'll just choose the 9 and do another 9 damage. So I'll bring it up to 23. So I should have decided that before doing resolving the push, but it is what it is. That is it for him. He has nothing left. Next goes to Justice. She's going to take her poison damage. 3 damage, okay, could have been worse. And then Paralysis wears off. She's going to... it's first round, so nothing else happens. Her stuff refreshes. Goes to Nightingale. Nightingale is paralyzed. She does get 1 stamina because of haste, and that'll be it for her. Then it goes to Rook. So Rook is going to... I'll go ahead and spend a stamina. So one thing to note about the font renewal is it does go through walls. So it's not, because it's not SOI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that's good enough for me. All right, so yeah, I'll spend a stamina. We'll go ahead and use up Font of Renewal. Pull out a Font of Renewal and place it right here for the future. Okay, and then next I'm going to go ahead. Per encounter, an opponent with an SOI gains a Nemesis token. Don't really need that right now. Also, I actually could have exhausted this shield to give 1 armor to Justice, and that would have saved her at least 2 damage. But I completely forgot about it. Anyone else missing things? Okay, so yeah, I could have used this to give another ally with an SOI some defense, which would have, or some armor, which would have helped. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the last 2 stamina to cast Courage Stifle, and I'm gonna be targeting the wounded Blighted Guardian. All right, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and cast. It's finesse green, so I'll cast with a green die. I don't think I have any way of doing Empower. I do not. Okay, so in that case, we'll just roll this die and see what happens. Of course it is. Any way of rerolling? We'll pop Nightingale's Bottle Blessing and reroll that 4. Well, that's an improvement. All right. We'll go ahead and roll his Conviction and see what happens. Okay, I didn't need the reroll at all. All right, so that was 7. Mine was spell 6, so it's going to be 11. So it wins. I have 5 armor. 1 from here. Yeah, 1 from there, 1 from there, 2 from here, and 1 from here. So that's 5 armor, so that's 10 damage, which will kill it. So that's our first kill. Since the backlog finished, we'll go ahead and draw our loot. We get monster loot right off the bat. Okay. So Blighted Guardian has the Ichor. And there should be one other thing. Or did we already get the other thing? Oh yeah, we do. We have the hooked find already. So there's only one thing that's left, and that is the Ichor Drenched Chain. Your equipped weapons will have reach 2, and when making jump checks, you can add +2 to the result. It's a red die, one-handed weapon. Combo with a light weapon, it gets the ability to inflict disease, which is pretty awesome. Which actually is... that might be a good thing for Damocles. Yeah, this could be interesting to use that in combination with something like Sinful Privilege. That's kind of cool. We'll go ahead and put it in our pack for now, because Rook doesn't really need it. Alright, so I've got monster loot. Cool. And then that is it for Rook. That is it for the round. So we'll go ahead and start a new round. Of course, they go first. Okay, so this one is going to swing at Gary's. Gary's cannot dodge. So it's just going to be a raw attack. Okay, 14. Gary's does not get benefits from terrain unless he is standing on 4 of the same terrain. So it's just going to be 14 straight. Remy has 12 defense, and then friends with benefits add +1, so that's going to be 13 in total. So it actually hits by 1. So I'll do 1 damage base. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gary's has 4 armor, so he'll take 1 damage. And oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. 1 damage. And then it is a chance for poison, so I'll roll for that. He does have protection, but that only works against magic. Which, that reminds me, I've completely forgot about the cloak. Cloak would have given a black die, which might have actually helped. But I did roll pretty low, so I'm going to assume I didn't pass. But that's okay. I'll just take the loss there. So yeah, the key word is, of course, spells. They are looking into possibly making Cloak just protect against everything. Or not Cloak, but protection just giving a bonus to everything. Which would actually be more beneficial for us than the monsters. Anyway, so I rolled 3 and 7, which is 10, which is not enough to beat the poison requirement. So we will get poisoned. Alright, and then it's going to make a second attack on same target. 13 hits exactly. It's going to hit for 0 damage. And I don't have a way of countering because I don't have any stamina, so I'm going to have to roll for the wilt and the poison this time. So I'll roll for wilt first. Alright, failed it, so he's now wilted. And he's already poisoned, so we're not going to worry about rolling for that. Okay, and then it's going to back away as far as it can. So it'll go here. Okay, goes to Agares. Agares is poison, so he's going to take some poison damage. He's going to take 6. Oh, actually, I could have done a break attack there. So I will do a break attack. The thing that's a little unclear about break attacks is exactly what are you break attacking with. Am I doing it with the Gigantic Punch, the Horn of Energy Blast? Do I get that pick? I always assumed it was just a base attack, so that's how I'm going to treat it, I suppose. Actually, no, I will not take the break attack, because it's going to dodge. Alright, so take the poison damage. He gets his stamina, he gets 4, because he's hasted. And then we'll go ahead and do... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I take no damage because I'll just remove the poison because of the Font of Renewal. So we're good to go on that front, thankfully. Okay, sorry, like I said, there's a lot to juggle here, and it gets more and more complicated as we progress because there's just so many abilities now. Okay, so with all that taken care of, I'm going to do Horde Energy Blast on the Blighted Guardian. It's going to be -1 to the attack because I'm shooting through and into hindering terrain. Okay, that's 13 -1 is 12. So that's going to be a miss. I'll spend the additional stamina to go ahead and do Celestial Infusion. Alright, so that brings it up to 14, which is a hit. So it's going to be 1 damage base. 2, 3, 4, 5 from symbols. So it'll be 5 damage in total. I'll go ahead and spend that last stamina to go do Morbid Envy, which will add another 8, so 13 damage in total. Has to make a conviction check to avoid being pulled. Passes it. The DC was like 11, because I only hit by 1. Alright, and that is it for Agares. Goes to Nightingale. So Nightingale goes to full stamina. She'll heal for 2 because of the Font of Renewal. And it's been a long time since I've used Nightingale. I've actually been using crossbows over the cave bow lately, because the repeating crossbow is just insanely broken in a lot of ways. But that's okay. Where are we? Alright, so I can't shoot these guys because you have to be adjacent because of Submerge. I can try making a shot at the Blighted Guardian, but I'll be at -1 at the very least. But I think that's probably the best option right now. So let's do Precise Strike right off the bat. I'm not going to empower. My target will be Blighted Guardian. It's going to be -2 because I'm shooting through an ally and through hindering. This specifically states that only... first of all, it has to be within SOI, and it's only when I'm shooting... I only ignore the effects of that space. It doesn't affect the spaces that I'm shooting through. So it's actually kind of not a great ability. So the crossbow's kind of better. But that's okay. So Precise Strike, we'll go ahead and shoot. We are not moving, so we have +1 to the attack. So it's going to be -1 in total, which that is going to be a straight up miss unless I do something about it. I'm just seeing if any of these are minimum. They are not. Alright, so I'm just going to take the miss and then use a lining machine to shoot again. Alright, 16 -1 is 15. That is definitely a hit. It's going to be base damage 2. 8 because of barbed arrows, because they're unarmored. And then 9, 10, 11 because of shields. And then, sorry, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 from the books because of otherworldly. So 13 damage in total. Puts it at 26. Do you have quick blow? Yes, you do. So I'll spend a stamina to do quick blow. Again, still +1. So it's going to be -1 to this, which will be 13. It'll go down to 12, which is a miss. I'll spend 2 more stamina to attack again. Also, every one of these misses would have caused disease to come around, but there's no one adjacent. Alright, take the shot. Alright, misses again. And then I'll spend the last 2 stamina to shoot 1 more time. Also, I don't think I've rolled minimum yet, so I can't do kill the messenger. There it is, that's minimum. So if I mouse over this and hit 1, it shows that it's the minimum roll. So I'll use kill the messenger to make that into the highest result, which is that one. So 16 minus 1 is 15, so it's going to be 2 damage base, 8 because of arrows, 9, 10 from shields, 11, 12 because of books, and then 15 because of the burst. So 15 damage in total is enough to kill it. Also, yep, that's it. I was just checking to see if I've played through so many games that I don't know if I actually had the poison item or not. Alright, so that does kill that Blighted Guardian. Blighted Guardian dealt with. Draw combat loot. We get 9 gold. So I'll put us at 802. Okay. Alright, so that is Blighted Guardians dealt with. Next, it's going to, and then before I do end my turn, I'm going to go ahead and do Like the Shadows. And get into some terrain there. So I can use this move without breaking the +1 attack roll. Alright, so it goes to Remy. Remy is going to get 4 stamina because she is hasted. I haven't missed yet, thankfully, because I've been using all sorts of rerolls and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to go ahead and do Banish Knowledge and give haste to somebody else. We'll give haste to Justice. And then that is it. Actually, I will... No, actually, I'm fine with this. I don't really need you to move around much. So yeah, just hang out for a bit. It also pulls the stamina for Agares to use. Alright, goes to Rook. Rook has nothing he needs to recover. He'll get 3 stamina. He'll spend 1 to move. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is that range? It's 8, right? Yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that's shooting through hindering, or obstructing. Okay, so right now, actually in the position I'm at, I can't actually, he won't be able to actually shoot anyone. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep Rook in place for right now, for just this turn. So yeah, I am not going to move yet. Alright, goes to Merkhounds. So as mentioned, there's nothing in range this time. Because of obstructing. And I can't get adjacent to anything. They do not voluntarily leave water or muck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, can't get there. Everyone else is also out of range, so nothing's going to happen. Goes to Justice. I'm going to go ahead and use the Font of Renewal to get rid of the poison so she doesn't take any more damage. Then we're going to go ahead and oh, she does heal for... she should have healed last round as well, because she had Nirvana's Mark. So she actually should have healed from last round and then this round for that. So my apologies. Okay. So she's conscious now, and she can actually do things again. So I could move closer. Oh, she does get stamina, so we'll go ahead and spend a stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do something like that for right now. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. There's no point in me rushing, and rushing right now. There's a chance that the Murkhound might go first next round, and then I'll be hit by all of them. So we'll go ahead and reset initiative. Goes to Rook. Rook will get his stamina. And then Murkhounds go last, so let's take advantage of that. So I'll spend 1 stamina to move. And we're going to go... So Muck doesn't do anything as long as I don't stand in it. So I'm just going to quickly get across it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a few options here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, puts me right there. And then I could do we'll do oh, and again, I forgot to give +1 armor to somebody. So I can either hit this thing for 12 right off the bat. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and just spend 2 stamina, do Courage Stifle, and see what happens. So I can target this one because it's adjacent. 8 plus 6 is 14. That is 15. So that's just going to be a failed cast. Alright, and that is it for that. Goes to Agares. Agares will heal. Actually, no, he's not. He's going to get rid of Wilt. He's going to get 4 stamina because he's hasted. He'll spend 1 to move. Agares doesn't move very fast, though, which is the bad part. Also, he can't actually fly through obstructing terrain, so his options are actually kind of limited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that will cost him 2 additional stamina. And then he could... Yeah, that's probably all he's going to do right now. I mean, I could get in range... I can go another 4 spaces, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yeah, I can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. That'll cost him 2 more stamina. So I'm going to spend 2 of Remy's stamina, and I'm going to spend her last stamina and Agares' last stamina to attack. Like so. Alright, so with that, we'll take a swing at Murkhound Red, because he's adjacent. And let's see what we get. Alright, that is a complete miss. I'm not going to bother with any sort of... these things have 14 defense, so I would need to roll a 6 on a purple die to actually hit with this. So I'm just going to miss. That means both of them will lose courage, because they are linked. And that'll be it for Agares. Goes to Nightingale next. Nightingale's going to heal for 2. And then get 4 stamina. Alright, not much we can do here. Besides just make a break for it. Let's go ahead and do Like the Shadows to get out of the terrain. 1, 2. It's either that or I could just run for it. Now we'll go 1, 2, and then we'll spend a stamina to move. She has 7 movement. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do that. Well, I can move the other way so I don't provoke the attack. So that's 10 movement, so that would have cost me 2 additional stamina. I'm going to take a damage with the infection to reduce the cost by 1. And we'll see what goes from here. So with this positioning here, I can actually do kill the messenger. Or not kill the messenger, down the masses. So we'll go ahead and do that first. So we'll shoot at purple first. No modifiers because I moved. Alright, I'll go ahead and use kill the messenger to change that to the max value. So that's 18 versus 14 defense, so that's going to be 4 damage base. They are unarmored, so it's going to do another 6 damage, so that brings that to 10. The 2 burst is another 6 damage, so that brings that to 16. And then the shields brings it up to 19, and then 21 because of the books. So that's 21 damage to purple, killing it instantly. They are not a swarm, so I do get to draw a loot card. We get 10 gold. Okay. And just there is a totem on the board, but we have no line. There's a tree in the way. All right, and then I'll do the second shot on red. All right, that's 17, so it's going to hit. Base damage is going to be 3. It's going to go up to 9 because of the arrows, 12 because of the burst, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'll do 17 damage exactly. Also, yeah, just 17 damage. Yeah, I'm probably going to switch her to morbid leather. It's actually will make her damage go up higher. All right, so it's 1 short of killing this thing. I did hit, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I don't have any stamina left. We'll do Precise Strike. Same target. It's my only target. All right, it misses. I'm going to go ahead and do a Lining Machine to shoot 1 more time. My cat is wanting so much attention right now. All right. I do have a reroll. I can use the quiver to reroll the 3. All right, that brings up to 15, so it's going to be 1 damage base, which is enough to kill. So I'll do at least a minimum of 7 because of the arrows. So that's another kill. All right, 6 gold. I'll take it. We actually have a lot of gold, and mainly because we have not been taking the tips into account. We should have been following a number of tips, but we'll talk about that in a bit. That is it for Nightingale. Pretty happy with the result. She used every ability except for Overwatch. And technically not Quick Blow. Alright, goes to Remy. Remy will go to 4 stamina because she is still hasted. And everyone else is hasted. Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and spend a stamina to move. We'll go... see what my options are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Technically I can go to there, but that uses up... I don't even have enough stamina to go that far, so I won't worry about it. So that's 6 spaces so far. We'll just go 7, 8 to there. Okay. I'm not going to use summon tokens yet. Goes to Justice. Justice is going to heal for 2. And then, actually, she's going to get rid of Wilt. Actually, no, she'll heal. She'll heal for 2 and then heal for 1 because of Nirvana's Mark. Try to get her health back to normal. She gets up 1 stamina. She'll spend 1 stamina to move. So the question is can I get to where I need to go? Her movement right now is 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, wait. Oh, 12 because of aspect. So 12 movement, We're going to go with 12 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just short of actually doing what I need to do. So yeah, we'll just do a regular movement then. Also, there is loot that we have not grabbed yet. I apologize for not grabbing this loot. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's not much else I can do. So it's going to cost an extra stamina because I'm in Muck. And we'll see what the loot is. It's yellow. 20 gold and a random consumable. Puts us at 838. And then a random consumable. Awesome, we get a Bahamut's Blessing. Which I surprisingly have room for. Alright. I am the last turn before I do... before it hits their turn. So with that in mind, let's do Badman's Book of Baddies. We're going to summon Elifie with an SOI. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put her right here. I'll put her on the board. Also, I could have spent stamina to give haste to Rook, which would have been smart, but I completely forgot. Alright, so it goes to Elifie. Elifie is at her starting stamina. She'll go ahead and open with Gore Shot first. So casting die is green. Alright, so it's just going to be 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay. This thing is actually within SOI, but again, the whole submerged thing I can't actually target with the MP3 player. That's okay. So that was done, and then we'll go ahead and make an attack because we might as well. Okay, 17. So it's going to be 3 damage base. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 damage in total from the symbols. So 8 damage to orange. And then we'll go ahead and do a Gore Cleanse, which is going to do 2 damage to herself. And oh, it's only within SOI. Never mind. She'll take 1 damage. Instead, she'll give Barrier to Rook. Alright. Goes to Mercount. Mercount is going to target the person with the most armor. So it's going to be Rook. Rook is not going to dodge. So he's just going to tank this. Alright, so that's 15. Rook has a defense of 12, so it's going to be 3 damage base. 4, 5, 6. So it'll be 6 damage. Has armor piercing 4. He technically has 6 armor now, so it would actually do 4 damage right now. That's including the armor piercing and all that. So I think I'll just take the 4 damage. Actually, I can give myself another +1 armor, so I take only 3 damage. And then this counter may be used even if you're dealt damage from an attack. So I'll go ahead and first I'm going to exhaust this to do 3 damage to him. Exhaust this to do a counter. So it's going to be green and teal. I'm not empowering. Alright, 15. So that does hit defense 14. So it's going to be 1 damage base. The 2 shields brings it up to 3 damage. And then the burst brings it technically to 4 damage because of the +1 to attack. So it does 4 damage. Not quite enough for a kill, unfortunately. Alright. And then it's going to keep doing its thing. Also, I should have used a Nemesis token earlier, but that's okay. That is it for it. So next is going to continue down, and can it attack multiple opponents? Yes. It doesn't need to move to do that, so it's going to go ahead and just attack now. We'll start with Elifie first. Or sorry, no, we'll start with Rook first because he's further up the initiative. Rook is not going to dodge. So he's just going to attack. This time it has no armor piercing. The attack misses. Unfortunately, I have no way of countering. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. When making this counter, you may use a discipline costing 2 or less. Let me check that. I think I got confirmation about this thing. Okay, yeah, it is free. So I'm going to go ahead and counter it since it missed using this. And when making this a counter, you may use a discipline costing 2 or less to cast a spell instead of making an attack. All other counter rules apply. So with that, I can just do Courage Stifle, which I'm going to do Courage Stifle. 8 plus 6 is 14. Gets 14 exactly. All right, well, I tried. Okay, then that is it. It made 2. Oh, sorry, it's going to go ahead and attack Elifie next. Elifie will Nimble Dodge, which I now know is per turn, and I know what per turn sort of means now. All right, plus 1 shields. That's going to bring her up to... She was at 13 defense thanks to Friends with Benefits, so this brings her up to 17 defense. All right, it misses. Okay, goes to new round. Murkhound goes first. Okay, it's going to go ahead and target Rook again. Rook is not dodging. He can't even dodge now. All right, 14. So it does hit. It's going to be 2 damage base. 3, 4 from shields. So this has armor piercing 4, so it leaves me with only 2 armor, so I'll take 2 damage, which I'm okay with. I do have to make a force check for the paralysis. So conviction for him is green and purple. All right, I'll go ahead and re-roll that with nanorobes. Okay, he's paralyzed. Okay, next is going to go ahead and attack both of them again. We'll start with Rook first. Okay, 13, that is a hit. It's going to be base damage 1, 2, 3. His armor is going to soak it. And then he's already paralyzed, so he can't get paralyzed again. And then since this is a new turn, Elifie does get her Nimble Dodge. So plus 1 shield there brings her up to 15. And it misses. Okay, goes to Rook's turn. For right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and let myself become immune to paralysis and just heal for 2. And get 3 stamina, and that'll be it for him. Goes to Agarys next. Agarys will heal. Get 4 stamina because he's hasted. And then he will spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to stay here. That's fine for now. Unfortunately, with all this obstructing terrain, it's actually kind of hard to move. He does have flying, though, so it's at least easy to get around people. Goes to Remy. Remy will get 4 stamina. She caps at 5. She'll spend 1 to go ahead and give herself courage, and as well as Agarys. She'll spend 1 more stamina to go ahead and give haste to Rook. And then she's going to spend a stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll just go right here. Yeah, this is why I usually don't use Agarys, because he just takes up so much space. Goes to Nightingale. Nightingale's going to get 4 stamina. She'll heal for 2 from Font of Renewal. Untap, upkeep, draw. Alright. Spend a stamina to move. Alright, so... Okay, my cat's being adorable, but... okay, she's staying down. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, I think I'm going to take the risky route. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and see what the blue totem has for us. I was thinking about triggering it with Ageres, but then that would put Ageres in a very bad position. Alright, around the gnarled tree you find a chest halfway buried in the grime. Place a random loot token on the space this totem occupied. Okay. And then... spawn. Let's see, your joy is cut short as Blighted Guardians emerge. Pretty sure that's supposed to be from the large stone building ahead. Spawn 2 Blighted Guardians on the east side of Tile UM22, adjacent to the obstructing terrain. So essentially adjacent to the pillars. And then spawn 3 Fragors adjacent to the obstructing terrain on the north side of Tile UM18. Okay, cat. Alright, so let's do Blighted Guardians. They have to be adjacent. They have to be on the east side of Tile UM22, which is this one. That's 22. And they have to be adjacent to obstructing terrain, so they have to be like this. And then that is going to put them right here. And then we need to spawn Fragors, which I believe we now have Vibrant Fragors if we hadn't had them already. Yeah. So, Vibrant Fragor. Boop, boop, boop. And these will be over on Tile 18 on the north side. Is that right? Adjacent to the obstructing terrain on the north side. Okay, so it has to be adjacent to it. So there's the obstructing terrain on the north side. It's my turn, so I can place it to any sort of benefit I want. So we'll just do something like, I don't know, this for now. Alright, we can do it like this, actually. Boop. That'll keep you guys busy. Spawn adjacent to the obstructing terrain on the north side. Yep. Okay, so that's adjacent. And then that's going to add them to the initiative, which is going to push that back and put that there. Okay, so we got that going for us. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go 5, 6 to there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do down the masses first. I'm going to take a damage to do the infection to reduce the cost by 1. I'll target red first. Okay, that's 15 versus 13, so it's going to be 2 damage base. 8 because of arrows, 9, 10 because of shields, and then 12 because of books. So 12 damage to that. And then I'll take a shot at Blighted Guardian, the purple one. It's going to be -1 to the attack because of hindering terrain. Okay, so that's 18, 17. It's going to be 4 damage base, 10 because of arrows, 16 because of burst, 17, 18, 19 because of shields, and then 21 because of books. So 21 damage. Then I could spend a stamina to go ahead and do Quick Blow. And I can choose a new target for this attack. I'm actually okay with targeting the same one, so I'll go ahead and take the -1. Okay, I'm going to re-roll the 4 with the quiver. Okay, and then I'm going to use Kill the Messenger to change that 3 into the max. Alright, so that's 17, 16 because of the -1 or whatever. So it's going to be 2 damage base. 17, 16, sorry, 3 damage base. And then that's going to go up to 9 because of the arrows, which is enough to kill. So that's 1 down. Draw loot. 9 gold, I'll take it. So that puts us at 847. Okay. So it's dead. Next, I'm going to do Precise Strike on the remaining Blighted Guardian. Unfortunately, I don't have any ways of re-rolling at this point. Sorry, cat was being adorable. Alright, so shoot. Alright, that is a straight up miss. There's no going around that. I'm going to go ahead and use a lining machine to shoot one more time. 14, so that's a hit. It's going to do 1 damage base. 7 because of arrows. 10 because of burst. 11, 12 because of shields. And then 14 because of books. So that's 14 damage in total, putting it at 26 out of 30. Then, since I hit with the attack, I can go ahead and spend my last stamina on a quick blow and shoot one last time. And miss. Alright, next, as the last action, I'll do Like the Shadows to go ahead and move up to here. So I'm in hindering terrain at least. And that's everything. Unless I want to use Hangover Elixirs, which I don't. Alright, goes to Frag Wars. Frag Wars are going to move closer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1. What about you? Do you have line of sight from here? I did not take that into account. Definitely not. Tons of stuff in the way. So yeah, Frag Wars only move 4. And they are affected by terrain and allies. What about you? Technically you can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 range. What's your range? 6. So no. 4. Yeah. So out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this fellow has no line of sight. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll do that. Okay. Then it goes to Blighted Guardian. So what I'm going to do here, check and look at its AI steps. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we can do that first. So Blighted Guardian has nobody adjacent, so it's going to cast a spell. It has only line of sight on Nightingale, so it's going to go ahead and cast. Nightingale will roll her conviction. So that is 11 versus 9, so I fail. It does paralysis, but I'm immune, so it's going to do 4 magic damage instead. Nightingale is resistant to magic, so she should only take 2 damage. Then it's going to move to be closer. With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and activate Overwatch, which gives me Provoke X, which means I can do break attacks until the end of my turn at a range equal to my weapon range. So the moment it takes a step closer, it's going to get shot. So I'm going to do the break attack now. That is 15. I haven't made a move action this turn, so I do get the +1, because that's how this per turn nonsense goes. So I do hit. Just that arrow damage alone will finish it off. So that will kill the Blighted Guardian. Alright. Item loots. That's actually really good to get at this point. Alright. So 2 white dice. Let's go ahead and roll. 4. Okay, that gets us an accessory. Alright, so we'll just hit shuffle once and take the top. We get a quiver that we can't that we don't need. Alright. Well, do you have space for it? You technically do. Yep. Alright, well, it is what it is. Okay. I kind of wish it was something else, to be honest, but like any of the other accessories would have been a nice addition. Because right now accessories just get more and more expensive now for no reason. Alright, Blighted Guardians are gone. Goes to Elifie. Elifie will get 3 stamina. She is within range of the font, so she gets to heal. We'll go ahead and do Gore Shot first. 6 plus 6 is 12. It passes. I'll go ahead and spend 2 stamina to attack. That is 18 versus 14 defense. That's going to do 4 damage base, which is enough to kill. Alright. And that is it for Merkhounds. Draw loot. Alright, 8 gold. So 855. Okay, that is it for Elifie, unless I want to move. Yeah, I'm okay with moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put her right here. Okay, and then it goes to Justice. Justice will heal for 3. I'll keep the Wilt for now. Go to full stamina there. And let's see what we can make happen here. So I'm going to spend 2 stamina to cast Bring the Shadows. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So right there. So that's I hit all 3 of them. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Oh, actually I can go 12. So we'll go here, 12. Alright. So that's all hits. And then I get to do a casting die. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So we'll start with red Fragor first. So versus 12, fails it. Purple, fails it, and then orange, barely fails it. Okay. So each of them are going to take magic damage equal to my casting die. Alright, they all take 5 damage. I don't have any way of re-rolling. So yeah, 5 damage, and they're all darknessed. So they have -1 to defense, and they can't dodge. We're just going to put 1 out. We know it represents all of them. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and we'll do Life Grasp. So we'll spend a stamina to do... Actually, I'm going to exhaust this Etch Console and attack red. These things have a defense of 13, so I do hit just barely. And I do no extra damage, so all I'm going to do is put these energy token on it, and I can spend it if I need it. Alright. Next, I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to do Life Grasp. I'm targeting all 3 of them. So I'll go ahead and roll this and see what I get. 6 plus 6 is 12. I'll go ahead and pop the energy token to give -3 to the red one. So red first, -3. So that's 12, -3 is 9. So it does hit. It gets hit by... The damage is equivalent to a difference rolled. If I wanted to, I can actually take 6 and just try to go for the kill here, but I'm not going to. So it's just going to do 3 damage. Alright, next one. So versus 12 takes 1. And then last one takes 0. Okay. Then next, I'll go ahead and do Gore Shot. I will target the red one. Actually, so I can do up to an additional 6. Yeah, so I can do exactly 8. So yeah, I'll target the red one. Casting die. There you go. 8 plus 6 is 14. Fails it. I'll take the extra 2 damage to go ahead and do 8 damage in total and kill it. It's a swarm, so I don't get anything extra. So take 2 damage there. And then I will go ahead and use the last 2 stamina to attack the purple one. Okay, 13 -1 because of the hindering terrain. It does hit. It's not going to do any damage, though. Which is fine. Okay. That is it for Justice. That is it for the round. Frag Hordes go first. Go figure. Alright. So we'll start with Purple Fragor first. It's going to go ahead and shoot at shoots at farthest opponent, but the only target is Justice. Justice, I'm going to go ahead and do Marbish Threads the dodge. Okay, +1 to this, so it's going to be 12 defense in total. They get -1 to the attack because of hindering. So -1's 11, so it misses. I do get a counter. Alright, so I resolve this attack first before I do the then step. So we'll go ahead and make the attack and see what I get. That is a 12, -1 is 11, which will be a miss. And I don't want to use any rerolls. So yeah, it'll stay alive. And we'll put a Fragor Bulb right there. Okay, then it's going to go ahead and move closer and explode. Roll the purple die. Does 5 damage to itself. And 5 damage to Justice. Okay. Then it's going to go to Orange Fragor. Orange Fragor is going to shoot. I'm going to dodge with a cloak. Okay. So +5 defense there. That's 15, -1, -2. So that's 13. I have 16 defense right now, so it misses. Still places a bulb though, so we'll put one right there. And then it's going to move closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not close enough to explode. Alright, goes to Gary's. Gary's is at, going to go ahead and go up to full stamina. He'll spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's your range? It is 6, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it is. Don't have line of sight on this one, I don't think. Oh, I do. Yeah, because I can do it based off any tile spot. Okay, so yeah, I have line of sight on both of them. I'll target orange. Spend 2 stamina, make the attack. Okay, that is 18 versus their 13 defense. Sorry, 12 defense because they are darkness. So that'll be 4 damage base. Make sure I did that right. That was 18 versus 12. So 6 damage base. So 6 damage, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 from Courage. So that's more than enough to kill. Okay, and then we'll take spend the last 2 stamina to attack one more time. This will be at -1 because of shooting into hindering. Alright, 16 -1 is 15 versus their 12. So it's going to be 3 damage base. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do 10 damage in total, which is enough to kill. Draw loot. We get 10 gold. Puts us at 865. All right. And that's it for Gary's. Goes to Remy next. Remy will spend a stamina to move. She'll also do a re-equip while she's at it. Might as well. Go to here. Spend a stamina to loot. It is a blue. Gain 2 random consumables. So I'm going to shuffle and take the top 2. 1 and 2. Alright. I'm actually okay with doing something like that. Alright. So that's all been resolved. Remy had no damage, right? No damage. Sorry for zooming around a little bit. Goes to Rook. Rook will heal for 2. get his stamina. Other than that, I think I'm going to pass turn. Alright, goes to Elifie. Elifie is at full health, so I'm not going to worry about her. Nightingale's going to heal for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, just within range. Okay, and then she technically gets 4 stamina and a bunch of other stuff. Like so. Okay. And then that is it for Nightingale. Goes to Justice. Justice is out of range at the moment, but she does heal for 1. She gets 4 stamina. Also, the wilt only applies damage to attacks. She didn't get hits with any attacks, I don't think. No, it was all explosions. Alright, so I'm actually going to spend 2 stamina to bring the shadows, because this doesn't provoke break attacks. The bulbs would only negate magic if the fragglers are on the field, which they are not, so I can just safely bypass the bulbs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and that is it for the round. We did fight this round, so there was no urgency. Elifie's going to pass. Agarius is at full health. I can get rid of Wilt while... Well, he doesn't have Wilt. Rook will heal. Remy's good. Justice will heal. And so will Nightingale. So heal for 3, heal for 2. I can actually spend this time to go ahead and put up dodge tokens. So you know what? I'm going to do that. So, what was it? The dodge token cost 1 damage. So yeah, 1 damage, 2 stamina. We'll give dodge tokens out to those who need them. We'll give it to... Also spend a stamina to move for Elifie. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So couldn't do it this round. We'll give dodges to Nightingale. So before moving, give a dodge token, then move. Alright, and then it goes, yeah, did everyone else. Alright, so that'll be 1 urgency. Okay, goes to Nightingale, she's at full. Remy's good. Rook is good. Elifie is going to heal, and then go ahead and give out another dodge token. We'll just stack them onto Nightingale. Alright, and then goes to Justice, who will heal for 3. Goes to Agarius, nothing. We'll get 1 urgency. At this point, majority of the party is now at full stamina. For those it mattered. Alright, Elifie is going to take a damage again, heal and take a damage, and then give out a dodge token. This time I'll give it to Justice. Because I don't know, technically I don't know what's up ahead. So might as well use this opportunity to get as much stuff as possible. Justice will heal for 3. Everything else doesn't matter. This will be 3rd urgency, so this will be our last round no matter what. Okay, that actually works out well because Justice will go last. Okay, Elifie will keep her 1 damage and put out 1 more dodge token for Justice there. And then Justice will heal for 3. Everyone else doesn't really matter. Justice can easily get to the exit, so that'll take care of that. Alright, 1 condition. Each party member gains 1 experience and then continue to ambush failed. So that's going to be nice to have. Alright, so Rook can actually afford his tier 4 now if he needs it. Alright, with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it a video. I think this has gone on for well over an hour now, so sorry for going so slow. Like I said, I'm just getting back to the swing of things. Anyway, I'm the Depressed Eroy. This was Middara on Tabletop Simulator. See you guys next time.